Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Two Man Live Show here on YouTube. I almost said Sports Rants Radio today. We're not on Sports Rants. How are you guys doing today? Are you guys excited to talk wrestling? Well, I am just as much as you aren't. Tomorrow we do have Extreme Rules, which, wow, I left my volume on. Left my volume on just to make sure I didn't sound like a complete fucking nut job. So we're going to let a few people file in here. We're going to start this show as soon as we get some people in. Gonna get this live on things like Twitter. Of course, you can always follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21. You can also find me on. You can also find the show on Twitter if you wanna find the show's Twitter. You can always find the show's Twitter at Two Man Show Podcast. No, excuse me, at the Two Man Show. At the Two Man Show. You can find the podcast. You can hop on there. Get on there. We're going to be trying to take your guys' calls today if you guys feel so inclined to call into the show. Of course, it's always greatly appreciated. So once we get some people flowing in here, we're going to start getting the show live, and it's going to be the best time. It's going to be quite the exciting time. God, pro wrestling right now is such a weird state right now if you think about it, with a lot of the YouTube guidelines taking out the ability for wrestling videos to be monetized. One company heavily affected by this is WCPW, or What Culture Pro Wrestling, down in Newcastle. It kind of sucks to see wrestling get grouped into the same margin as hate speech, strictly for the fact that it's violence. It's not violence. It's an art form, and while hate speech is continuously tearing people apart, what wrestling does is it's bringing people together. And if you guys saw WCPW General Manager Adam Lampier, his take on that, he says straight up, hate speech tears us apart. Wrestling brings people together. Honestly, these things, I don't think pro wrestling should be grouped into this facade of, like, just because it's violence means it's a bad thing, because that's not true. It's not at all true. Pro wrestling is an art. Pro wrestling is unbelievably. There's so much talent behind it. There's so many good things behind it. There's so much behind pro wrestling that is so much more than a hate speech. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more today, you guys. Though, right until we get into it, I am going to throw on some tunes here. We're going to go on a quick break. We're going to let people file in here. I don't care if I get hit with another copyright strike. We're going to let people file in here. There's people I'd ask you guys for suggestions on music, but none of you felt like showing up early, so we're just going to play anything we really want. So we're going to go on a quick break. We're going to let people file in. Remember, I am taking your calls today, so go ahead and follow me on Twitter at ArmWeek21 for the details on how to call in, and I'll make sure your voice gets heard today. So I will be right back, you guys. Whoa! All I know is that. I agree. Hello. I've returned. Hope you guys are a big fan of that fucking goddamn Borkin dog. Fucking my dog's making a fucking guest appearance on the show. There's people talking downstairs, and that's fine. Going to continue to talk about a little bit this idea that, wow, a little baseball update. Marlins starting pitcher Edson Velasquez. There was MLB's first no-hitter of the season with a 3-0 win over the D-Bags. So there you go. That's cool. So back to talking a little bit more about wrestling. That's what you all are here for, right? Here to talk about some wrestling. So, like I did say, we do have a lot of stuff going on. And I want to go back on that topic of hate speech not being, should not be grouped in the same way as professional wrestling. We take pro wrestling as an art form. We take it as people risking themselves, doing something that they